5 Classic French Dishes. Classic French Appetizers Series. Entree. The French meal order consists of an appetizer, entree, main course, plat, cheese, fromage, and dessert, dessert. French appetizers include cold dishes and cooked food. Depending on the season, many restaurants use seasonal vegetables to pair with and cook delicious dishes. And French onion soup, soup à l'oignon. In Roman times, onion soup was a popular dish. In the past, because onions could be produced in large quantities and were easy to grow, onion soup was a common dish in poor households. The onion soup we drink in France now is the version popular in the 18th century, made with beef broth and caramelized onions as the soup base, filled with plenty of French bread, and finally topped with lots of cheese. Baked in the oven until crispy, it is a delicious onion soup. 2. Foie gras. As early as 4,000 years ago, the Egyptians discovered that by force-feeding geese, they could obtain enlarged livers. Later, during the Roman Empire, this dish was spread to various places but declined after the fall of the Roman Empire. It was preserved by the Jewish people until the 16th century, when it was reintroduced to France and became one of the famous dishes of French cuisine. 3. French frog legs, cuisses de grenouille. This dish originated in the Dombes region of eastern France, rich in swamps and small lakes. The French only eat the legs of frogs, and the cooking method is very simple. Pan-fried in butter with garlic and basil sauce, or served with a few drops of lemon juice. 4. Burgundy snails escargot. This is a common appetizer in French restaurants. The classic French snail flavor is very simple. Garlic, basil leaves, butter, salt, pepper, paired with a glass of burgundy white wine. It couldn't be more perfect. 5. Truffe. Restaurant recommendation in Paris. La Maison de la Truffe, located next to Madeleine, is both a store and a restaurant, offering a variety of truffle-related products, including truffle salt, truffle olive oil, truffle pasta, etc. Main course, meat plat, viande. 6. French beef tartare, tartare de bœuf. This is a dish very popular with the French, and many French restaurants offer this dish. Usually, beef tartare is served with an egg yolk on top, accompanied by French fries as a complete dish. The tartare includes olive oil, egg yolk, Dijon mustard, onion, Tabasco sauce, salt, and pepper for seasoning. And rabbit meat lapin. How can you eat bunnies? In France, eating rabbit is even more common than frog legs, and it can be said that it's eaten every 1 to 2 weeks. It might be hard to imagine, but at the open-air markets in France, if you specifically look around the meat stalls, you can see bunnies next to chicken. 8. Duck leg confit, confit de canard. The preparation of duck leg confit is very tedious, requiring at least 2 days of processing. The duck legs need to be salted for several days, then covered entirely in duck fat and slow-cooked at low temperature for more than 10 hours. Because of this complex process, it is not so common in French restaurants. If not cooked well, the duck leg can end up dry and tough. 9. Pan-fried duck breast, magret de canard. Delicious duck breast, served with red wine caramelized onion sauce. A delight. The favorite doneness of duck breast for the French is rosé, meaning pink. This level of doneness is only used for duck breast, slightly less than medium rare. 10. Braised veal in white sauce. This traditional French dish, braised veal in white sauce, French la blanquette de veau, is deeply loved by the French. The parts of veal used in this dish are flank, shoulder, chest. The veal is sautéed, added to broth, white wine, onions, celery, carrots, etc., simmered on low heat for 2 hours, and finally butter, cream, egg yolk, and lemon juice are added, stirred evenly until the sauce thickens. 11. French black pudding, boudin noir. In Taiwan, pork blood soup and blood cake are characteristic dishes. In France, a similar dish is black pudding. French black pudding, English black pudding, is made with pig's blood, minced pork, fat, and offal, seasoned with salt, pepper, spices, and onions. The most common side dish for French black pudding is apple puree. The fresh fruit taste can balance the flavor. 12. Cassoulet. The main ingredients of cassoulet include duck confit or lamb, ribs, sausages, vegetables, French white beans, and various spices cooked in a terracotta vessel, requiring a whole day of cooking and then baking to complete. Culinary history classroom. The dish was invented during the 100 Years' War to comfort the soldiers at the front. 13. Bœuf bourguignon. This dish, originating from the Burgundy region of France, beef bourguignon, is a must-eat when you come to France. This pot of delicious beef stew, accompanied by carrots, onions, mushrooms, garlic, and a generous amount of rich red wine, is simmered for a long time with a bouquet of French herbs added, and finally garnished with pearl onions, mushrooms, and bacon.
14.
Pot-au-feu. In French culinary culture, this dish is very representative and popular among different social classes. Generally, a plate of beef is poured into a clear soup seasoned with vegetables and herbs and slowly simmered over low heat. There are many variations of this dish, so there is no one recipe-style method. Pot-au-feu is often seen as rustic, but because its preparation requires a lot of meat, it was also considered a significant expense in old times. Beef cheeks, shanks, shoulder blade meat, mallard duck or beef neck, a piece or several pieces of cartilage, oxtail, or bone marrow bones, vegetables, carrots, turnips, leeks, potatoes, celery, and onions. Spices, French herb bouquet, salt, black pepper, and cloves. Main course, seafood fruits de mer, 15 oysters hutures. If you like to eat fresh, sweet, and smooth oysters, you've come to the right place. Paired with a glass of refreshing white wine, a heavenly experience. The most famous French oyster-producing areas are from the west coast of Normandy to Brittany's coastline of Cancale, Marennes-Oloron, and Arcachon near Bordeaux. In French oyster restaurants, they usually offer 6 or more 6, 9, 12 oysters. A plate of oysters is laid out with crushed ice, surrounded by a few lemon wedges and mignonette vinegar shallot sauce. Texan seafood platter. The west coast of France, from Normandy to Brittany's coastline, is rich in various types of seafood. Every time you travel to Brittany, you want to enjoy the gifts of nature, seafood. If you want to taste a bit of everything, then order a seafood platter, French plateau de fruits de mer. A rich plate of seafood, including shrimp, whelks, crab, mussels, oysters, lobster, and more. Eat your fill in one go.
17.
Moules marinières. In France, there's an interesting saying, the season for eating mussels is in months with the letter R. The cooking method for mussels is very simple. Fry garlic and celery to bring out the aroma, then add mussels and white wine. Then cover with a lid to steam cook, waiting for the mussel shells to open. However, nowadays, mussel restaurants offer many flavors to choose from, such as blue cheese, Provençal tomatoes, curry, etc., all very delicious. 8. Bouillabaisse. The famous bouillabaisse, originating from the rich fish stews of the French Mediterranean coast, is also known as one of the 3 great soups of the world. Bouillabaisse is rich in seafood, including cod, eel, herring, etc., usually without shellfish, shrimp, or lobster, cooked with olive oil, onions, tomatoes, garlic, celery, fennel, thyme, green onions, bay leaves, saffron, and orange peel. Additionally, this dish must be enjoyed with rouille sauce, a Provençal specialty garlic chili sauce. Ingredients include garlic, chili, olive oil, breadcrumbs, and fish stock. Some like to spread it on bread first, or add it directly to the fish soup. With the garlic chili sauce, this is a perfect bouillabaisse. Main course, vegetarian, and ratatouille from Provence. In fact, this classic French dish, ratatouille, originating from Nice, was originally called Nice stew. The vegetables in the stew, such as eggplants, onions, zucchinis, bell peppers, tomatoes, garlic, and Provençal herbs, all come from southern France. When in Nice or Provence, this dish is a must-try. In many local restaurants, meals featuring steak as the main course often come with ratatouille as a side dish. Locals say that the dish tastes even better and more authentic when eaten the next day. 20. Fondue. This is a classic dish from the French Alps, fondue, made by melting 3 types of cheese, Beaufort, Comte, Emmental, with white wine. The rich and full fondue is irresistible. Recommendations for local restaurants in Paris. The Pain Vin Fromage restaurant in the Marais district offers various types of fondue from different regions of France, known for its delicious food and friendly service.
21.
Aligot. Originating from the central southern part of France, aligot is a smooth and creamy mashed potato dish. It's made by mashing potatoes and adding butter, cream, garlic, and cheeses, Gruyere and mozzarella, then cooking and stirring over medium heat until the cheese and potatoes are completely blended together. Light meals. Toast series. 22. Monsieur, Madame Toast. This light snack, croque monsieur, is essentially a ham and cheese sandwich. It originated in French cafes and bars, first appearing on the menu of a Parisian cafe in 1910. There is a variation of this dish, croque madame, which includes a fried egg on top. 23. Salade niçoise. In the hot summer, how about a refreshing salad to beat the heat? Salade niçoise is a classic light dish that every visitor to Nice must try. Classic ingredients of salade niçoise include mixed salad leaves, tomatoes, French radishes, onions, black olives, boiled eggs, tuna, anchovies, and finally, drizzled with high-quality olive oil from southern France. Delicious! 4. Crepe. Known as crepe in Taiwan, this dish originates from Brittany in western France and comes in both sweet and savory varieties. Sweet crepes are made with wheat flour, while savory ones are made with buckwheat or rye flour.
25.
Quiche Lorraine. Also known as Lorraine savory pie, quiche Lorraine is a traditional French oven-baked dish. It consists of a mixture of minced meat, vegetables, or cheese blended into an egg mixture, then poured into a pie crust and baked.